Well, we've got a great game for you today. Bills against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Bills 6-5, barely hanging alive in the AFC wildcard race. They need a win today. The Eagles at 9-1. They are looking as they look like they're the best team in football. However, they're on the ropes right now. The Bills leading them by 3 in the fourth quarter. Now, this is what's interesting about this game. Buffalo had this game. They were up by 10 in the third quarter after they scored to go up 24-14. Then what happens? All of a sudden, here come the Eagles. 24-21, then 28-24. Eagles take the lead in the fourth quarter with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. The Bills, with a minute and a half left in the game, they drove all the way down the field, scored a touchdown to go up 31-28. Gabe Davis was the hero. And despite multiple interceptions from Josh Allen, despite a lot of despite a lot of flags and penalties, the Bills have the lead, but here are the Eagles. 3rd and 13, but they really only need about 6 to get to that field goal target line. Hurts is in shotgun. 3 receivers are to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Spread formation. He takes the snap. He's going to run it himself, and the play is being blown dead. There's a flag on the play. The Eagles think it was a false start on the Bills. They're saying offsides on Buffalo. And it's going to go against Philadelphia, however. It's a false start on the center, Jason Kelce. The veteran center, Jason Kelce, a guy who never makes mistakes like that. You can see here, the nose tackle for Buffalo. A little bit offsides, thought somebody had jumped, and they're going to, that's crazy. So now it's 3rd and 17, and again, you really don't need 17. You need about 10 to get to that field goal target line so you can kick it on 4th down, and it looks like Buffalo's going to call a timeout now. So Philadelphia called a timeout, now Buffalo does. Yeah, the Eagles, luckily for them, they don't need to get all 17 of these yards. They can tie it with a field goal and go to overtime. So they need about 10 yards to make that field goal manageable. Obviously, they would love to get the first down instead, but you never know. The Rams today winning 37-14. You can see below the screen. They won easily. Denver also winning easily over the Cleveland Browns. Denver Broncos really have turned it around. The Chiefs beat the Raiders. So a lot of not so close games. This has really been the closest one. Pittsburgh ekes out a win against against Jake Browning's Bengals. The Jaguars in a really good game, defeating the Texans. They got revenge there. The Colts beat the Bucs. They now have a winning record. Gardner Minshew and the Colts have a winning record. That's crazy. The Titans beating the Panthers. Panthers still with just the 1 win. And the Falcons now in first place of the NFC South. And here we go. Hurts sends his running back out to the right side. He's got 3 receivers to the right again, 2 to the left. Hurts in shotgun formation. He takes the snap. No pressure. He throws, and weird throw, and Bill's going to break it up, and it's going to be 4th and 17, and now for the Eagles. That was so anticlimactic. Like, really? You're going to target A.J. Brown right there? Like, I don't know what Hurts was thinking there, honestly. A.J. Brown, usually very reliable, but Jordan Poyer was right there, and now Philadelphia is setting up to try for the field goal to tie this game. It's a 59-yard attempt. Jake Elliott, 5 for 6 this season on 50+. We saw earlier today Matt Amendola for the Texans on a 55-yarder. He doinked it. That 55-yarder was an attempt to send the game to overtime, and Matt Amendola, in just his 3rd game as a Texans kicker, he doinked it. And the Texans ended up losing that game by 3. So the Eagles, 59-yarder for Jake Elliott, one of the most reliable kickers in the NFL, but 59 yards is no gimme. And the Eagles fans right now are looking at this and saying, oh boy, say our prayers here. Jalen Hurts, all he can do is watch. The Bills thinking to themselves, did we just upset the best team in the NFL? Here it goes. The snap, the kick, it is up, and it is good! Wow! Jake Elliot! Unreal! What a kick. 4th and 17. He nails a 59-yarder. Now Buffalo's got 20 seconds to see if they can put something together. They probably can't. Wow. Just barely good, and he nails it. Attaboy, Jake Elliott. Good for him. Good for him. Eagles in their Kelly green, Bills in the white. Wow. That's a kick of a lifetime, and the Eagles are fired up now. They've tied this thing up 31 apiece. Fans cheering them on in the rain. It's cold. It's chilly. This is the type of game you just have to grit out, and these are two really good football teams who are going to do just that. And now, Philadelphia is going to have to kick it back off to Buffalo, who has 20 seconds. I imagine they may do a squib kick here. Try to waste some time. Maybe not, actually. Jason Kelsey headed into the tunnel. Hopefully that's not anything urgent. As Elliott, here's the kick. It is up, and that's going to go out the back of the end zone. And the Bills going to start with it on the 25. They'll need about 40-ish yards to be able to kick a field goal and try to potentially win the game. 20 seconds, 40 yards. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Probably not. But let's see how it goes. Buffalo obviously fired their offensive coordinator 2 weeks ago. They replaced him with... Oh, and they're just going to take a knee. Wow. Buffalo is going to let them go to overtime. They don't want to risk a brutal mistake. 31-31. And this thing is going to overtime. Wow.